This unit enables students to practice drafting patterns for the collar, collar band, cuff, sleeve placket, front chest patch pocket, draft of bodice, front, back and yoke and sleeve. The methods and principles used in drafting patterns is by measurements taken from actual body size and then adding the ease according to the fit or using a standard measurement chart of any brand or country. The method is also user friendly, which allows you to modify or change the measurements if necessary before finalizing the patterns. By the end of this unit, students will be able to determine the measurement proportions from the men's shirt, acquire techniques used in shirt pattern making, complete the patterns for the parts of the shirt, adapt the techniques learned in this unit to your own designs, articulate the techniques as per the body types. But before we begin to learn the techniques of drafting a shirt, let us first define a shirt. A shirt is a garment for the upper parts of the body. This garment usually has a collar, sleeves, cuffs, front closure. Drafting collar, collar band and cuff. Draw a straight line. Then a perpendicular line. Label this as A. A to B, half neck circumference 19.5. A to C, center back collar width 4.7. From B, square out. And from B, square up. The intersection will be D. A to E 8.1 centimeter. A C to F 9.7 centimeter. From B, extend a line downward. B to G, 1 centimeter. D to H, 2.5 centimeter. Draw a line from G passing through H and extend it. G to I, color point measurement 7.5. Now blend I and F, G and E. With this, color draft is complete. Cut. Color band draft. Draw square line. Label the point A. A to B, half neck circumference. A to C, center back band width 2.8 centimeter. Square out from C, then square up from B. Label D. A to E, 8.1 centimeter. C to F, 9.7 centimeter. B to G, 1 centimeter to 1.2 centimeter. Blend B and E with the help of French curve. Square up from B angle using set square or L scale. G to H 2.4 centimeter. Blend H and F with the French curve. G to I 1.5 centimeter, which is extension of center front placket. From I, draw a perpendicular line upward. H line can be continued. Then mark the intersection J. J to I, draw a 45-degree angle and measure 1 centimeter. Then join I, K, H with the help of French curve. With this, collar band completes. Cuff draft. Draw a square line. label A. A to B 6 centimeter. Square out from B. A to C 26 centimeter. Square down. Label B and C. Point B to E 2 centimeter. Point B to F is also 2 centimeter. Repeat this measurement from C. G and H. Connect EF and GH. With this, cuff is complete. Now let us draft sleeve placket. Draw square line. Label A. A to B 15 centimeter. A to C 2.5 centimeter. Square out from C. Square down from B and mark C and D. Mark center of B and D. D to E 1 centimeter. B to E also 1 centimeter, and B to G is 3 centimeter, B to H is also 1 centimeter. Now connect all the points. With this, sleeve placket construction is complete. Let us draft pocket. Draw a square line. Label A to B 11.5 centimeter, from B square down, A to C 12.5 centimeter, from C square out. The intersection will be D. C to E 2 centimeter, C to F is also 2 centimeter, D to G is also 2 centimeter, G to H is also 2 centimeter. Now connect all the points. With this, pocket is complete. Thank you. Let us start the draft of front, back and yoke. The method being used in this draft is having scope to alter at any point of measurements even after completion or before separating the parts. This method also very user friendly, and I insist to practice this repeatedly at least 2 to 3 times to familiarize and understand better. This draft will be having series of steps to give clear demo and avoid confusion. Draw a square line. Mark this imaginary line. And the line which is parallel to edge is reference line. Later this will be a center front line. This line can be extended up to the edge. Label this as A. A to B 7.8 centimeter, which is 1/6 of neck circumference plus half an inch, or if it is in centimeter 1.2 centimeter, which comes 7.8. Can be given cross mark. Then on reference line measure 12 millimeter and another measurement 1/6 of neck, which is 6.4 centimeter. You can mark it clear cross mark. Then draw a square line from each marks. This can be smaller square line, and this point can be extended till the intersection. This will be B point D and point C. Point C D can be blended with the help of French curve as shown. This should be a short curve. If you are using pencil, it can be erasable and redrafted. A to B is a 12.1.2 centimeter. A to D is 1/6 neck plus 1.2 centimeter, or it's 1/6 neck from B. A to D is 1/6 neck plus 1.2 centimeter. With this, neck circumference is complete. If you check on the curve line, which is equivalent to half neck, you can check the circumference, half neck circumference, like placing the measuring tape here and shift that measurement here and take the reading and find out which is exactly half neck circumference, which is 19.5 centimeter. Moving to next level, measure 23 centimeter on imaginary line and give a cross mark. Need to mark clear cross mark. Then square this for 3 centimeter approximately. It should be proper right angle. On imaginary line, which is A to E, A to E, a constant measurement, which means from A to E is 23 centimeters, is a constant, where the shoulder slant is going to be constant for all the measurements, all the sizes, which gradually increases the slant of the shoulder according to the shoulder measurement getting more and getting less, which you can understand once I draft the shoulder line. From E to F, measure 4 centimeter. E to F is a 4 centimeter. It can be marked clearly. I recommend learners to use HB pencil. Then connect C and F and extend. With this, the level 1 is complete. When the across shoulder measurement measured on this slant line, the corresponding shoulder measurements reduces when across shoulder is less, increases when across shoulder is more. You can visualize from E to F at 23 centimeter is 4 centimeter. If you measure more shoulder, the increasing of the shoulder slant is getting more. When you reduce the shoulder, across shoulder, the shoulder slant is also reduced proportionately. This you have to keep in mind. Now let us move to step 2, which will be having across shoulder measurement, across back shoulder and across front chest. First measurement is across shoulder. See, which should be measured on the shoulder line, which is 23.5 centimeter. See, the measurement can be measured 23.5, measuring from reference line, and ensure the intersection takes place at slant line, and give a mark and label this as G and H. Now across shoulder back, from B to I, measure 10 centimeter. Then square out this will be I, I to J 22.4. From imaginary line to K is 13.3 centimeter, which is across chest. Square out the mark and label K and K to L is 21.7. Label this as L. With this, step 2 is complete. In step 3, we can complete the armhole draft of this front and back patterns. Let us start from H to M. Measure from H to M 21.5, which is half armhole minus 2.5 centimeter. Then draw a square line to the mark from reference line. Label this as M and N. N to O 1/4 chest 28 centimeter. Label O. Now let us blend armhole. While blending armhole, you can turn the sheet so that the visibility will be clear to blend the armhole by joining H, J, L, M and O. Before blending the armhole, you need to draw a square line for 4 centimeter from H, which should be a right angle to the H point and aligning on the shoulder line. It should be a right angle to the shoulder line. See, I have aligned the shoulder line and N shoot, which is right angle from point H. This should be square down for 2.5 inches approximately. Then turn the diagram facing to your side, then join H, L and O for armhole front. Joining H, L and O is for armhole front. Please ensure from point O the curve line go straight for 3 by 16 or to 3 centimeters, then take a curve and passes through L and ends at H. Repeat this process to join or to blend back armhole. That's by connecting point H, J and O. With this, you are completing the armhole. This armhole can be measured using measuring tape as I have shown while measuring the neck circumference. To take the curve measurement, you can measure using the measuring tape or flexible tape which can be used to measure curve lines. See, measure the front armhole and move to the point H where you started, then measure the back armhole so that you get full measurement, full armhole measurement, which should be equivalent to measurement given in the spec sheet. With this, I am completing the step 3. With this, now let us continue from step 3 to 4, which comprising the torso level and completes the 60% of the diagram. From HPS, that is high point shoulder, or from imaginary line, measure shoulder depth 43 centimeters. Or you can consider from A to P. Then draw a square line which is called waistline. Label P. P to Q, 1/4 of waist, 27 centimeter. After marking waistline, move to bottom line. Bottom line should be measured with the center back length, which is 76 centimeters. It should be measured on imaginary line and mark. Which is point R. From point R, square out Then label this R. R2 S is bottom circumference, which is 1/4 of the total is 28 centimeter. From point T square up for 3 inches. Now it is ready to blend side seam. Normally menswear has less curve. It's advisable to use lesser side curve of the curve vary like hip curve or French curve. Blend first O to Q, then mark. You can retain the straight bottom as it is, or else if you need to have tail bottom, then it can be given shape by measuring S to T 7 centimeter. Now it can be joined from Q to T using hip curve like this. With this, side seam is complete. Now you can blend hemline or tail bottom, which should be done little carefully. Square out for half an inch from T, then use French curve to blend the tail. It can be desirable shape or else you can follow the method which I am the curve should be smooth and clean, and from R at least it should be 2 to 3 inches straight, or else you can have desirable shape whichever whatever you prefer. With this, step 4 is complete. Let us start to fifth diagram, which will be with the extension of center front, pocket placement and button placement, then to shoulder, front shoulder overlap. Measure 1.5 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter extension, which is half of center front placket width. It can be also 2 centimeter if it is required. Normally we keep 3.5 to 4 centimeter, sometimes in casual wear 4.5 5 centimeters too. Which should be measured from reference line then drawn a parallel line which is called fold line. The neckline can be extended to the extension line which will be later extended to fold allowance. Now let us move to pocket placement. Pocket placement can be done by measuring from HSP (23.5 centimeters). Then from reference line, which is now center front line, 6 centimeters. Then use a set square or L scale to draw pocket placement. This shows the pocket placement of the shirt should be placed at this point. The bottom line can be extended up to the extension line to show the front. Coming to button placement, the first button can be placed with 6.5 centimeter from neckline you can give a cross mark, and thereafter 10 centimeter on reference line, which is now center front line, which I have mentioned before. Number of buttons can be depend upon the length. Now it is including collar button 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buttons. It can be 7 too if it is required. These star marks indicates the button placement. Moving to the shoulder part, the draft shows the natural shoulder where the back shoulder turns towards the front and overlaps for 4.5 centimeters. For that you can measure 4.5 centimeter parallel to natural shoulder and draw a line. It should be 4.5 centimeter. Connect to front neckline and front armhole. The deeper curve represents front armhole and the less deeper armhole represents the back. With this, step 5 is through. From step 5 to moving to step 6. Step 6 completes the diagram of front pattern, yoke pattern and back pattern as I have told in my introduction. In step 5, I have done the extension for overlapping, button placement and overlapping portion from the natural shoulder to front. Now we are taking it further. In this step, you are going to see the front portion whichever I have drawn here 4 centimeter drawn line which is parallel to natural shoulder line can be taken to back and shown the yoke part of the shirt. Then this yoke part will separate the front pattern as well as back pattern. To take forward the front portion, we need to use a technique which is accurately transfer the portion which is supposed to join the back yoke. crease the pattern as I am creasing it. You can gently crease it and take a push pin or draping pin and pin from the front armhole, that is 4 centimeter overlap portion, begins from that point and ends at shoulder tip. Then trace the front portion, that is neck line, part of neckline, then end at HPS, which is eye point shoulder. After tracing, unfold the pattern and you can make out the trace portion is transferred here, which can be now traced with the French curve or freehand, whichever comfortable. You can blend so that the continuation of back neck continues to this with the front. You can see this, the continuation goes like this. Then here you can use the French curve. Please ensure the armhole continuation should be like this. Then finalize a line which is overlapping. See, this is the front neckline, continues here and joins the back neckline. You can make out this is a front neckline. Then coming to the shoulder tip, which will be like this. Now I have a yoke portion starting from here, continuing to this and continuing to this and here ends. Then the yoke seam shoulder seam for the yoke continues here, then do this. You can easily make out the yoke line, which I can show you with a different color. Yoke represents with the blue color. See here, this will be yoke, which covers the shoulder patch. As in my definition have mentioned, yoke is a patch given for reinforcement in the back and the front. Now moving to front pattern, I'm going to represent with another color, red. You can easily make out the pattern. Red indicates the front pattern piece or front pattern, which can be cut to have left and right. Front passes through here, says here, continues in the shoulder, then ends at side seam, then continues to hemline, then comes to this center front line. I'll repeat again. The front portion starts from here, continues here and keep continuous, then moves to side seam, then to hemline, then to here, then to center front fold line. In the beginning, as I told, this line, the reference line will later considered as a center front and center back. When you trace center front, it will be center front line. When you trace the back, this will be considered as a center back line. I repeat this when I am doing the separation of these patterns, which covers unit covers in unit 8, I think. Now further to add seam allowance extension will be covered in uh, unit 5, which is a separation of patterns. With this, have completed the front yoke. Now the shoulder, the back portion should be shown separately, which I am going to show with the green color. Green color represents the back. Green color represents the back. See, here this the shoulder line is a common line for yoke and back. So the seam line of yoke continues here and continues to back armhole. Back armhole, which will be indicated with green color. This can be easily identified once you separate the patterns of front, back and yoke. The side seam will be common for both front and back. Hemline also common for the both front and back patterns. Then center front line will be center back line as well as center front line. Once you trace and separate it, it will be considered accordingly. Please also refer the notes given in this unit, which will make you to understand better. With this, front, back and yoke with the pocket placement and button placement completes the unit. The seam allowance, fold allowance and notch marks will be shown once it's separated in unit 4. Draft of sleeve pattern, step 1. Draw a line across the center of the chart paper as shown in the diagram. Front sleeve. Make a point A on the center line and draw perpendicular line from point A and mark point B after measuring the length using the formula half armhole circumference minus 3 centimeter. Here the total armhole is 49 centimeter divided by 2 will be 24.5 minus 3 centimeter is equal to 21.5 centimeter. A to B will be 21.5 centimeter, which we received from the formula of total armhole. Can be given clear cross mark. Point B and point C. AB and AC is called imaginary line. That is total line. BC is a imaginary line. Then draw a line parallel to the center line from point B and point C. That parallel line can be approximate, which can be up to 25 centimeter. These two lines are parallel to the line A. Now measure half armhole circumference on the measuring tape and point D diagonal to point A on the place where the tape intersects the parallel line. You need to take half armhole measurement, which is 24.5, can be placed on point A and move the measuring tape and mark the intersect point on the line B. See, it is intersecting here. Repeat this for other side too. Can be given proper cross mark as I was mentioning earlier. This will be point D and this is point E. Draw a straight line from point D to point F. D and E can be joined. This will be point F. With this, step 1 concludes. Now let us proceed to step 2 from step 1. Join AD with dotted line. A to G of AD plus 5 millimeter on the line AD, which is of AD. AD is 24.5, half will be 12.25 plus 5 mm will be 12.75, can be considered 12.8 millimeter. G. Now DE line is bicep line. DE is a bicep line. G to H 6 millimeter facing the bicep line. See, from G, square or perpendicular, draw perpendicular line approximately 1 millimeter, 1 centimeter, and measure 6 mm, 6 millimeter towards bicep line. This will be point H. Draw the front armhole curve from A to H and H to D using the French curve as demonstrated. Place French curve from A to H and tilt this to other direction and flip to opposite, then align H and D to complete the front armhole. This should be one continuous curve. Repeat this other side. with following measurements. First, need to join AE with the dotted lines. Then mark AI to AG, mark IJ facing the imaginary line. This will be same as AG, that is 12.8. Then draw perpendicular line to the dotted line. Then measure 6 mm facing the imaginary line. Whereas the other case is facing towards the bicep line. 6 millimeter. It should be measured facing towards imaginary line. Here it's measured facing towards the bicep line. So give a cross mark. Will be I and J. Draw the back armhole, curve from A to J and J to E using the French curve as demonstrated. Need to place French curve like this and align to point J. See this kept like this, then it should be tilted to opposite angle. Then again the second flip will be like this and brought to point E and align to J. Need to be ensured here the continuous curve line. Such a way you need to align and shape. When you look at the curve, will be one continuous curve line. Ensure there should not be any break in the curve line. Now, if you measure on the curve line, passing the measure tape, the measurement will be plus 1 to 1.5 centimeter, the 1 to 1.5 centimeter more than the measurement given. With this, step 2 is concludes. Now let us proceed to step 3, where we are going to apply sleeve length and finalize the underarm measurement. Step 3. A to K sleeve length excluding cuff width. Cuff width will be 6 centimeters. This measurement chart is given in the spec in the earlier exercise. This will be point K. Now F to L of Fk plus 1 centimeter. Fk is 44 and half will be 22.25 plus 1, 23.25. Point L. Draw perpendicular lines from the point L and K on both the sides of L and K as shown in the diagram. K to M half sleeve opening is equal to 14.25 centimeter. The formula can be followed given in the description. Point N. K to M is equal to K to N. Point M. From point M to O 1 centimeter. This can be drawn perpendicular line and give 1 centimeter to the point O. And N2 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 P. 1 centimeter. Connect DP and DO for sleeve underarm. D to P and E to O. The point intersect on the middle line can be labeled as Q and R, so that the line QLR become elbow line. Then point NKM will be wrist line. With this, we are concluding step 3. Now let us proceed to step 3 to 4, where we are going to place wrist line curve, placement of sleeve placket and pleats. The wrist line curve will be different because the back sleeve is longer than the front sleeve. Back sleeve will be longer than the front sleeve. First, let us place the sleeve placket positioning. Point S is the midpoint of the line KM. Point S to be placed middle of KM. So, K to hem is 14.25 centimeter. Half of that will be 7.1. And give a cross mark. Draw a line parallel to the center line from point S as shown in the figure. From point S, you need to draw a parallel line to the center line. This will be S. S to T is 1.5 centimeter. See the line of placket positioning to be extended. From there, measure 1.2 centimeter. 1.5 centimeter will be T. K to U 1 centimeter. K to U 1 centimeter. Now blend points P, U, T and O using a curve vary as shown in the figure. Now point P, U, T and O to be blended using curve vary, or sometimes you can use French curve too. See, this should be one continuous curve. P, U, T, O will be the wrist line curve. Now let us move to placing the sleeve pleats. T to V 3 centimeter. V to W 2.5 centimeter pleat number 1, pleat 1. W. W to X is space between the pleat 2 centimeter. from point X to Y 2 centimeter second pleat allowance. Second pleat allowance or depth. Point Y. These pleats can be shown with the shading mark that will be the indication of placing pleat. Sometimes this can be shown as directions so that operators or whoever stitches the garment understand the positioning of the pleat. This can be shaded like this so that these shades indicates the pleat allowance, which can be also shown with direction, or it can be indicated.
Stop.
After positioning the pleats, it's possible to show the pleat allowances with shading marks as shown in the demonstration. It can be shown like this. This shaded area indicates that this will be a pleat 1 and pleat 2. Pleat 1, pleat 2. This can be also notched later on to show the positioning. After completion of this bodice and sleeve draft, you should examine the draft again to verify all the measurements like curved lines and the straight lines to check whether they meet the required shape and measurements specified in the specification sheet before separating the various parts. In case of any errors, the draft should be rectified at this stage itself by erasing and redrafting by applying the right measurement. After the final drafting, the seam allowance, fold allowance to be added as shown in the figure and unit 4. We can also develop short sleeve using the full sleeve pattern draft. Measurement can be used given in the spec sheet. The sleeve length can be 24 centimeter measured from point A and mark. This can be for short sleeve. You can label this B. From B, square out or draw perpendicular line on both sides. Then B to C, measure half M circumference, 17 and half, then full will be 35. Measure other side too. This will be C and D. B to C is 17 and half. B to D is also 17 and half. So that on both sides the measurement will be same. Then after that, join D to C and E to D. Now the line with the red color is a short sleeve. Later this can be transferred to cut patterns and converted into a pattern to use. Now adding seam allowance and fold allowance for the short sleeve. Fold into half by creasing the center line where the back armhole should be on the top. Fold allowance can be 3 centimeter plus 1 centimeter for the first fold. Then seam allowance on armhole 1 centimeter. Then underarm 1 centimeter. Then connect all the markings using ruler and French curve. You can also understand the application of French curve in this demo. Here, when you fold this fold allowance on top, this width should match to this width, which is 4 centimeter above, whatever 4 centimeter above. You can mark 4 centimeter here approximately and measure this width and transfer on this. So which is coming somewhere here. Here it's a 20 centimeter. I have to measure 20 centimeter here too. Then connect this to the intersection happening on the lower line. With this short sleeve is derived from the long sleeve, which can be transferred to brown paper for cutting the fabric part. You have come to the end of this unit. To summarize, in this unit, you have learned how to draft a collar band, cuff sleeves, placket, patched pocket, bodice draft, comprising of front, back and yoke. You have also learned to draft a sleeve. To familiarize and for better drafting, you must practice the method being used by using other measurement with slightly modified designs.